What I'm gonna share with you today is gonna change your life for the better, because I'm gonna be talking about how to be treated like royalty. Let's just jump right into it. Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another YouTube video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality, aka Noah's Ark. And thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. In today's video, we're actually going to be talking about how you can be treated like royalty. And this is gonna be life-changing for you, because it was life-changing for me once I realized this. And before we get into how you can become treated like royalty, there's a root cause for why maybe your life isn't how you want it to go. And what I mean by treated like royalty is you won't necessarily experience a lot of people treating you poorly. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that you will never experience someone treating you poorly, but you will experience a lot of people wanting to help you a lot, and people who are just genuinely going to be there for you all the time. In my life, I don't have a lot of people who aren't willing to help me out and who aren't willing to treat me like I'm royalty. You know what I mean? And so before I jump into that, the idea that this stems from is having self-worth, and a lot of the times the reason why we don't find ourselves in very good situations is because we don't feel like we're deserving of that love. We don't feel like we deserve to be treated like royalty. And this can stem from multiple different things, whether it's from family experiences, from experience you had with maybe people at school, maybe it comes from your certain family members, right, that you don't necessarily get along with, right? Whatever it is, there is a self-worth issue tied to how you were treated. The people who are treated very poorly most of the time don't have a very strong self-image. They don't believe in themselves necessarily. Now, this is really important, because if you want to be treated by royalty, you have to view yourself as royalty. You have to view yourself as someone of having high value, because once you view yourself as having high value, people are going to treat you with that same level that you see yourself, right? When we look at the law of correspondence or the law of exchange, right, we understand that this is a universal law, by the way, meaning it can't be created by man, right? It is created from the universal presence itself. And so the amazing thing about this law is that sorry if you hear my siblings, they're kind of loud. So the amazing thing about this law is that whatever we feel about ourselves is going to be reflected onto us in the universe, right? Whatever that is, what frequency that we're vibrating at. And because once we go into it, right, once we go down the rabbit hole a little bit, we understand that everything is energy, right? Everything vibrates at a certain frequency. Even though this camera might be very physical, right, it vibrates at a certain frequency once you break it down into molecular atoms, right? And that is with everything in this universe. And so the amazing and beautiful thing about the law of correspondence, or as I like to call it, the law of exchange, is that whatever you put out into the universe is what you're going to get back. Now, this is the important key if you want to be treated like loyalty, right? If you want to be treated of someone of high value, is understanding that whatever we put into the universe is what we're going to receive, right? Me, naturally, people want to be around me a lot of the times. Why? I don't look a certain way, right? I don't have a certain, whatever. The reason why people want to be around me so much is because I emanate loving energy, right? I am willing to help someone else out. I'm willing to live life with gratitude. I'm grateful for people who are helping me out. It's not something where I think that I am higher than you, right? Because we have to understand that we are all one. But that's the beautiful thing about this law, understanding that we are all we're all equal. You know, nobody's better than anyone else, right? Celebrities have a tendency to make you believe that they're better than you, but you could be where that celebrity is right now, you know? And you're no special than a celebrity. A celebrity isn't greater than you, right? A celebrity isn't more important to you than you. You know, they don't have a certain level of value that you don't, right? The only difference that separates a celebrity from you is how they view themselves, you know? And that is what's so important about this law, is that once you start viewing yourself and once you start treating yourself like royalty, you know, you are going to be treated with royalty, because it's not something where, you know, you find yourself better than other people. You know, once you look at it that way, then it's not going to benefit you, right? But how this law benefits you is by how you treat yourself. You know, because once you treat yourself with compassion and kindness and say it's okay to feel upset, it's okay to be angry, you know, it's okay to not be my best all the time, you truly have self-love. And because you truly have self-love, that self-love is going to emanate through the air, meaning people are going to resonate with you. You know, people are going to start to enjoy your presence because you enjoy being with yourself, right? And so where this law has value is understanding that once we start treating ourselves with compassion and respect, right, we're going to automatically want to help other people out. You know, we're going to want to help people out naturally. And because we want to help people out naturally, what happens? They're going to want to help us out, right? It's a law of exchange, the law of correspondence, right? It goes hand in hand. If we are so willing to help other people out, they are going to be willing to help me out, right? And I experience this on a day-to-day basis because that's just who I am, right? I experience blessings and abundance from people wanting to help me out because I am willing to help other people out. You know, the example that I like to give is at work. You know, whenever I was at work, I kind of felt like no one really wanted to help me out, and I felt helpless. But the problem wasn't necessarily my external situation. The problem was me feeling like I'm not worthy of being treated like royalty. You know, I had a very poor self-image. I used to look at myself as very awkward, and I used to not struggle with confidence. You know, I used to have very big confidence issues in myself. But whenever I started changing my perspective, right? I started changing my perspective from the universe is doing all these things to me. Instead, I said the universe is always working for me, right? Regardless of what situation you're in, there's always a lesson to be learned within the universe. And that is where the ultimate abundance comes. You know, that is where the ultimate royalty happens, right? And before you know, go and think that you're just going to be of higher value than everybody else, that's not how this works. You know, it works in terms of how you view yourself. You know, what are you going to add? How are you going to add value to the world? You know, and it can be simple. You know, it doesn't have to be you have to do this, this, and this, right? It can be simple. Help someone out whenever you see them. You might be asking, Noah, okay, I get that you have to change your perspective and you have to view yourself a certain way, but how do I get to a point where I can change that belief that I have within myself, right? And what I like to say is, what has helped me is positive affirmations, you know, because like I said, everything that we say carries a vibration. It holds a certain frequency. Even if you're joking, right? It doesn't matter if you don't necessarily mean something. Whatever we say, there's a reason why it's called spelling, because we cast spells whenever we speak. And so the important thing about this is that we can literally reprogram our subconscious mind, meaning we can change our mind from viewing ourselves as having less value to viewing ourselves as having very high value. And all it takes is a matter of positive affirmations, right? This is what completely transformed my life. I want to go into a little story for you guys about how I changed my life through one affirmation. And that was, I am confident. Because like I said, I used to view myself as a very awkward person, right? And because I viewed myself as a very awkward person, that's how everyone else saw me. So what did I do? I looked myself directly in the mirror, eye to eye contact, and I said, I am confident. Now, I'm telling you to do this because, one, it will change your life, but it's not going to be necessarily easy, you know? Whenever I say, tell yourself I am affirmations, I truly mean go into the mirror, look at yourself, and say I am whatever. I am, because I am are two of the most powerful words that you can use in the English language, because whatever you say after that manifests how you feel. And so my powerful affirmation that I constantly said to myself was, I am confident. I'm a confident person. I am confident. And I said this every single day. Now, at first, you're not going to really believe it, right? It's going to take a while for it to reprogram into your subconscious mind. It doesn't matter, right? Ignore what your mind is telling you, right? Ignore that. Because whenever you start saying these affirmations, your mind's going to be like, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. That's normal, right? I want you to understand that is normal. And just keep telling yourself these positive affirmations. Now, I started saying I am confident each and every day for about 2 weeks, right? Now what happened? I started to believe that I was a confident person, right? I embodied the confidence that I was saying to myself each and every single day. And it makes me emotional because it is so powerful, and it completely changed my life. Because what happened next? Because I believed that I was a confident person, that's how other people saw me. Right? And so whenever I would go into work, I would get invited to certain events, right, with people that I was never getting invited before. Whenever I looked at myself as awkward, you know, girls who I thought were really attractive wanted to hang out with me, you know. And so it made me feel really good, because it was like, wow, I am truly a confident person now, you know, whereas I used to be a very awkward person. And I tell you that story not to brag. I want you guys to understand that this can happen to anybody. You know, this can happen to you watching this video. If you've made it this far into the video, it is a sign, you know, to view yourself in a positive light and to let go of some of these negative beliefs that you have about yourself. You know, a lot of us like to think that we're not worthy, but the truth is you are worthy. Everyone is worthy, because none of us are better than anyone else, right? Because we're all on an equal playing field, right? If you have access to this video, you have access to change your life. That's how you can be treated like royalty, because as soon as you start to change your self-image, your self-worth starts to go up, right? And because your self-worth starts to go up, that is when you start to feel the self-love within yourself. And when you start to feel self-love, you'll want to give to people. And because you'll be willing to give to people, you will receive blessings and prosperity from other people. I'm telling you now, whenever I go to work each and every day, everyone around me treats me very good, because that is the energy that I put out. You know, that I've never had someone be upset with me, you know. And I'm not saying that everyone at my job likes me, because I don't necessarily know that, right? There probably is a couple people who don't like me that I just don't know about, but that's good. You know, that's a good thing. I'd rather not know about it than know that someone doesn't really like me, right? And so you will start to see that within your own life once you start changing, you know, letting go of some of these negative belief systems, letting go of the negative belief that you aren't worthy of abundance, you aren't worthy of I was gonna say loyalty, but you're not worthy of royalty, right? You have to start viewing yourself as a king, as a queen, because once we start viewing ourselves this way, that is when our whole life changes. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. I know it was kind of a loaded video today, but I wanted to get through all the points, and I wanted to kind of let you guys know that this is possible for you, you know? And so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've really appreciated all the support that I've been getting on my YouTube channel. It's about to be 3 years, and I'm so grateful for the progress that I've made so far. You know, I started with 6, and the subscribers just keep going up. So I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you. Like I said before, if you have a question for any future videos, topics that you want me to talk about, you can feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. And you can hit me up on Instagram at NoahIsArk. My DMs are open. That being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.